If you're a repulsive human being, you probably enjoy keeping up with people like Adin Ross, Neon, Sneeko, and Andrew Tate, and many others, but to name a few. Then you probably are aware of this already, but to those who aren't, very funny situation. Adin Ross, pretty much Andrew Tate's purse pup, his little Pomeranian and his Gucci bag, his you can call him a lot of things, pretty much got him arrested for a statement he read out loud on one of his streams on Kick. And to those who don't know the relationship between the two of them, when Andrew Tate was actually trending earlier on in the late 2023, early 2024, not even, more so mid 2023 to late 2023, a little bit into this year, but that's besides the point. Adin Ross saw a liking into him and decided to act as a mentor to him, I guess, or the trainee, or I have no idea what his role to him was, but he was an absolute brown noser. He was ever Tate was, Adin Ross would follow, and it was really funny seeing how he would break back over him just to hang out with Tate. When Andrew Tate got charged with trafficking charges, Adin Ross did whatever he could to help him, even though he was held in a prison in Romania, which he was actually it's not allowed to leave, right? Andrew Tate was then released on bail not so long after and has been released on bail for a few months now, I'd like to say. He's not supposed to leave Romania. But, Adin Ross, being the man that he is, and supposedly even an addict now, said a statement on his stream that possibly got Andrew arrested. And the statement goes as followed. Andrew had hit me up. He said, "Hey, I'm gonna be leaving Romania soon and probably never coming back. If you want to come over and do a week of long streams and content before I leave, I think it'll be big." Adin Ross, then he goes on to say that it's basically now or never, he says. Again, guys, it might be the last time we ever do this, so it's kind of like we got to take advantage of this now. Pretty much, he just got a text from Andrew saying, "Hey, I'm going to be essentially skipping Romania to a company that has a no extradition policy, pretty much that they won't send him back to Romania on charges, so he could run away from whatever he's facing," which, listen, all I'm saying is if you're claiming to be an innocent guy and worried that the Matrix is trying to catch you, I don't imagine you'd want to run, especially knowing if you're an innocent man. But I think it's just funny, though. Someone who Tate had a lot of faith in, he has said this publicly, that he does actually have a lot of faith and trust in Adin, caused him to get arrested. Because he was at risk of flight. He was a flight, what do they call it? Flight risk? Yeah, that's what they call it. Yeah. I guess it's just like loose lips sink ships kind of deal. I don't think you'd. If I was in his shoes, I would never be saying anything that he's telling me publicly out loud on my platform, especially if he's under investigation for lots of other legal troubles. And even Adin himself is just, I don't know. He seems to be even in a spiral. But then again, I have a, not to say he did this on purpose, but I also have a very strange feeling Adin knew something would come out of this, but not exactly what. I don't think it takes a smart person to understand what would come out of the fact that you're basically telling someone, "Hey, I'm about to dip," even though I'm in the middle of a investigation, and I have been legally told I cannot leave Romania. Like I wouldn't think it's that hard to figure out what would happen. But then again, Tate and Ross we're talking about here. Guy doesn't seem the brightest, and frankly, I don't think either of them are. It's even funny too. People have been roasting him, saying it's in his DNA to get people arrested, or like he always creates problems for himself, which is what I honestly would say he does. But then again, I think he just rides that anger wave. Like he rage baits, or like any form of just like pissing people off and rides off that, and then the people who for some reason think he's in the right idolize him. I guess as a content creator he's smart, as a person probably not. People were saying he dry snitched or like accidentally snitched and all that. He's been getting torn apart all over everywhere. Not to mention people have been saying though that Tate could have left not to mention that people have been saying that Tate could have left Romania a long time ago prior to this, which I thought he kind of did. I never really kept up with him. I saw him pop up in like podcasts here and there and talk about what was going on, but I never actively looked into it just because the guy's kind of an overwhelming jackass. You hear him talk for like more than 10 seconds and it's just like, okay, we get it. You're kissing your own ass in 3 different ways. Two of them we can understand, and the third one we didn't even think was physically possible. After I heard about Adin supposedly being the reason he was arrested. I was just like, I want to look into this. Yeah, I thought he left a long time ago. I thought he just moved after that because I heard he got released and that was it. And I was just like, oh, maybe he's off scot-free. Maybe, you know, the Matrix isn't real like he says, because he's always screaming about the Matrix out to get him, which I feel like is a really paranoid way to live, especially if you're trying to preach that you're innocent. It's weird, and Adin's weird. All of them are weird. It's just weird. Yeah, also just don't talk about private DMs on massive platforms. I think that's just a good life lesson. There's a reason loose lips sink ships. It's a saying for a reason. But yeah.